still fun, still valid, still doing it. Because, like, if I had a choice in my ability to function in an unstructured environment like college, I would have gone to college for psychology. I would have went on to be some kind of therapist or psychologist, for sure. Because the inner workings of the brain and helping people are very important to me. And that would have definitely been my official profession had I been able to complete my education in that field. So this is like the next best thing. Having a lot of experience with mental health care and lots of doctors and obsessively reading Psychology Today articles and surrounding myself in people who are well versed in psychology and deep introspective thinking habits, I feel that I have a unique perspective, like anyone else, an approach to, mental health and just overall well-being, just how to function in a relatively healthy fashion as a human. Because there was a long period of time where I did not know how to do that. And now that I know better, I do better. And I try to teach and, enlighten people to the possibilities of doing things a little differently for personal gain and benefit. And I feel like kind words is a good outlet for those tendencies to teach and not inspire, but help enrich people's existence. Because I wish I'd known someone like me when I was younger, someone who was passionate about the mind and wellness, because for some reason in America that's not seen as a priority when it absolutely should be. So I really appreciate this game because it seems like it's the type of outlet for making mental health a priority again for people. So yeah, let's get into it. Someone sends their thanks for the letter you wrote and another happy sticker. Frogu sticker! Yay! I'm glad people appreciate what I have to say and send stickers back. That's nice. View requests. That's in Spanish! Let's see. I'm feeling kind of anxious, having negative thoughts and thinking my friends are replacing me, abandoning me. Really nervous and shaky right now. I don't really know how to find words to describe overcoming anxiety, because it's different for everyone and anxiety manifests differently for everyone. So feeling kind of anxious, having negative thoughts, thinking your friends are trying to abandon you. How does one combat that? I suppose. The most important thing I've learned about the human brain when it is burdened by anxiety is that it lies. Let's see. T writes, I'm feeling kind of anxious, having negative thoughts and thinking my friends are replacing me, abandoning me. Really nervous and shaky right now. The most important thing I've learned about the human brain when it is burdened by anxiety is that it lies. It distorts the truth and bends reality to its whims, often in the negative. Thinking positively is an act of rebellion and takes conscious effort. Think of it as exercise to push your mind into focusing on the things you can control in your life, such as your reactions to things and ways to improve your perception of the world. Your friends may just be dealing with things of their own. Communicate if you feel they are pulling away from you. It's really important to speak openly with your peers about issues that may be arising, because closed mouths don't get fed, and people who don't communicate their anxiety will live with anxiety, and it will only get worse. Because anxiety will impact the way you view things happening to you, because it puts a thought in your head that this is how it may go wrong, and even if things go right, you still may experience that right thing wrongly, because that is the perception you've created for yourself based on your anxieties. And getting that under control takes immense effort and a long time, but it's worth it, because having a clear view of the world for yourself is the only way to live a life. Anything other than that is a lie, and nobody wants to live in a lie. Thank you for taking the time to think about a stranger. I'll rush this right over. Thank you, Ella. And count on me to deliver this letter. Let's see here. My mother constantly tries to invalidate me. Today she told me that I have never experienced racism. I'm Asian, she's white, and she made excuses for every example I provided. I'm 35, feeling like I'm grieving a parent. She's not the same mom I had growing up. Can relate. I'm a black woman. My mother is not. We have very different experiences when it comes to racism in America, to the point that I feel gaslit and invalidated about my own experiences. But I'm too stubborn to let her change my views about how I've received attention in this world. Because it's not always been positive. I don't think anyone's ever called her the N-word. But it's happened to me on occasion, and doesn't feel good. And then to be told that I've never experienced racism, that I don't know what real racism is, it's offensive. So I totally know what this person's going through. I totally get it. Like, I'm right there with you, especially in a post-Trump America. People in older age brackets, boomers, and the greatest generation, they feel some type of way about what they think is left of racism in America. They think that racism is all but gone, and it's like, didn't you see what happened? Didn't you see what happened while he was in office? Like, what world were you living in? What did you see? Because this is what I saw, and it went a little something like this. Yeah, racism is a nasty beast. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Fellow, what's it called? Multi-racial household member here. Having your experiences invalidated by a parent is extremely painful, extremely hurtful, and borderline infuriating. Let's see. V writes, my mother constantly tries to invalidate me. Today she told me that I've never experienced racism. I'm Asian, she's white. And she made excuses for every example I provided. I'm 35, feeling like I'm grieving a parent. She's not the same mom I had growing up. Fellow multiracial household member here. Having your experiences invalidated by a parent is extremely hurtful and borderline infuriating. They can't know what we've been through because it is not a part of their lived reality. The hardest part is letting them live in their blissful state of ignorance because it seems unfair to us and unkind for them to be so unaware. But all you can do is try to maintain the peace and create healthy boundaries in convo to avoid conflict. She may never understand, but your struggle is valid. forgot the R. She may never understand, but your struggle is valid. Ooh. Cool. Send. I don't know why I'm having issues focusing. It is frustrating because it's causing me to fail, and I don't want to do anything, but I'm stressed at the same time doing nothing. I don't like this. Can relate. I too am having a hard time focusing. Don't be I would say so. Don't be too hard on yourself. We're all going through a very difficult time. And prolonged experiences in strife. Strife comes with side effects, such as lack of focus and distractions. Jay writes, I don't know why I'm having issues focusing. It is frustrating because it's causing me to fail, and I don't want to do anything, but I'm stressed at the same time doing nothing. I don't like this. Don't be too hard on yourself. We're all going through a very difficult time, and prolonged experiences and strife comes with side effects, such as lack of focus. I too am struggling with staying on task, and it's affecting my work. I find using the Pomodoro method for time management is helpful for staying accountable and on task. 25 minutes of work, 5-minute break, rinse, repeat until a 30-minute lunch. Also, being conscious of when your mind drifts and why can help you stay in control. Limit distractions like music with words and keep trying. I hope they understand that when I say keep trying to pull back your thoughts and correct your thinking. I want to get in that one. Yeah. Let's see. I made my career working on complex technical problems. In recent years, my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. I keep hoping I'm just having a bad year, or it'll come back with less stress, more exercise, healthier eating, something. But I've got to admit, life brings changes. In recent years, my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. That's pretty accurate. Like, every year we're here, things get a little duller. That's part of aging. Nothing to be ashamed of. Do not fear the processes we must trust. Aging is inevitable. C writes, I made my career working on complex technical problems. In recent years, my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. I keep hoping I'm just having a bad year, or it'll come back with less stress, more exercise, healthier eating, something. But I've got to admit, life brings changes. Do not fear the processes we must trust. Aging is inevitable, dullness is to be expected, and it's up to us to maintain the sharpness of our mental blades in other ways when they stop cutting like they once did. Be kind and patient with your changes, they are hard to avoid. Take time to exercise your spirit in other ways that will benefit you. Simple puzzles or games like Portal are recreational and devoid of stress, which may be the whetstone your mind needs. No shame in slowing your game, but keep it primed and ready for new things. Because the exercise and the healthy eating and, avoiding stress, all of that is good for homeostasis and makes for a comfortable, home for the mind. I really think that even though our minds may dull over time, whether from overuse or underuse, I think that's super normal, and it's something that we shouldn't be ashamed of. It's something that we should see as opportunities to expand our horizons, find other ways where we can find strengths, and not focus on where we may be losing muscle definition, you know? Work your legs if the arms are getting a little flabby. For me, when I feel that I can't solve complex things, I benefit from doing simpler stuff, and I feel mentally capable again, which gives me the confidence to go back to the more difficult stuff and try it from another angle, now that my mind is more relaxed and comforted by its little successes, you know? It's kind of like playing Super Smash Brothers and having a training battle against the CPU, and CPU? No, not the CPU, that's the central processing unit. The NPC. I'm like, there's 3 letters that go here. See, that's the sharpness not being there. The sharpness is gone, and it's okay. Playing a game of Smash against the NPC and having it on defense mode is just a great opportunity to practice your offense. Like, if you're normally struggling to have like an NPC battle in real time with actual action, there's no shame in putting them in defense mode and just practicing your strikes and getting your combos down. Taking it easy is okay. It's okay to take your foot off the gas and kind of coast if it means your foot is getting tired in that position. Like, be kind to yourself. Don't take it so hard when you change, because change is inevitable, and stressing about that really gets you nowhere. Good stuff. Yeah, I have to send some text messages, so I have to go. But I'm glad I got to answer some letters today. Dang it, this one's actually really important. This person could use some words of encouragement. I wish I didn't exist. The reason is the same as those with terminal illnesses wish the same thing, except my terminal illness is being an incompetent dummy who's barely functional, a burden on the world with plenty of mental deficits. I'm not going to actually act on my wish, but I still hate my life. This sounds like the insights of a depressed mind with a filthy, like the inside of your computer is full of dust. It's filthy. Clean your filter. A filthy filter of how you A writes, I wish I didn't exist. The reason is the same as those with terminal illnesses wish the same thing, except my terminal illness is being an incompetent dummy who's barely functional, a burden on the world with plenty of mental deficits. I'm not going to actually act on my wish, but I still hate my life. This sounds like the insights of a depressed mind with a filthy filter of how you view the world. Depression taints our perception and makes monsters of us all. Being a burden does not equate to being of any less value in this world than anyone else. By merely existing, you've touched the lives of many and influenced countless more simply by being. We all have our own strengths, and being competent is a state of mind. Your mind is in turmoil, so do not trust the state it is in. Aim for focusing on joy. It improves your filter. Blobfish. I hope they start to feel something about themselves that is not so self-deprecating. Because we deserve better than that as people. Cool. Feeling good. Yeah. I don't want anyone to be sad about themselves. I want people to be confident in the things that they are proud of about themselves. And that's what we should focus on, not our shortcomings. Because the shortcomings, they'll be there, no matter what. We can only work on them. We can only live with them. We can't necessarily make them go away. Because they are a part of us, just as much as anything else that makes us happy that we exist. I really think it's important to let focus drift towards the things we are capable of as people, more so than where we may fall short. Because when you focus on the things that you fail at, you continue to fail. Your car goes where your eyes go, and if your eyes are on the wall, guess where your car is going. So keep your eyes on the road. If your mind is trapped in a state of hyper-focusing on turmoil, pain, suffering, and incompetence, that's where you'll stay. But when you let your brain focus on the things that do show that you are capable, do show that you are successful at something, then you will see your life begin to turn around slowly but surely. You will have your eyes on the road and your car will begin to correct itself in that direction. It just takes effort, it just takes patience, and it just takes time. But it's worth it in the end. So I hope this person takes the time to take inventory of their abilities and gifts and skills and see that they're worth more than what their clearly mentally ill brain has to say about them. Wishing that you didn't exist is not the sign of someone focusing on their strengths, but someone focusing on their weaknesses. And in doing so, you enhance your weaknesses. Yeah. Keep your eyes on the road.